Hi friends, Miss Hazel here.
And Miss Kate.
Okay, so I want you to notice our work surface. Some cleaning elves came by. And look at how fancy it is now. I have lots of extra space. And this is what we're gonna work on today. A funny little farmyard friend to add to our collection. They're right behind me. And yeah, I'm gonna show you how to make this little sheep. So this is a little trickier than some of the other ones that we've done, but you've become really good sewers, and I know you're gonna be able to do this. So we're gonna start with the front. So you take your two pieces of the body, and then we're gonna start with that one. So the first thing you wanna do, you're gonna use your brown thread, you're gonna sew on your tummy, and you're gonna sew on the head. See, it goes like that? That's the first part. And remember, after you get to the end, you put a couple stitches in the same place to lock your stitches in. Next, I have two needles. You're going to use your black thread, and you're going to line up your eyes, put the white down and then the black, and make a couple stitches. And then, I don't know, on our black sheep, you can see his face is black, but if you look close, you'll see he has a nose inside there. Now this is the tricky part. You want to get your ears placed, and this time we're going to stitch them down. So you can put your face down, put your little sheep, and then you're going to get your ears. You're going to line them up right under the fluffy fluff from the head, and you're going to put a couple stitches down, because I'm afraid when you're sewing, if we don't lock them into place, we're going to be sad and our ears will be all crazy. And while crazy ears would be just fine, we're going to try to not have them be crazy. So I'm just putting like 2 or 3 stitches where the ears are, and then my 2 stitches to just lock it in place. Okay, got my sewing scissors, a little trim. So that's the front, and that's ready to go. I'm going to set that aside. And now the back, I'm going to sew a little fluff for the tail where the rear end is. So you're going to do that with your brown, and then you're going to line up your two animals with the sewing side on the inside. Line up your fluffy from the top, because there's 2 different sides. You want to line them up so that when you sew them, they match up. Okay, so I've matched it up. Now I'm going to separate them. Okay, and I'm going to get my brown thread, and I'm going to sew on my head fluff. Okay, I'm going to make big stitches. If you were sewing at home, you can. I'm using a running stitch, which is one that looks like the lines in a road. Okay, there we are. Now, it's a little tricky, but I know you can do it. Okay, now I've got my face down. I'm laying the other half of it down, lining it up. See how it all lines up? And my head lines up, and then with my brown thread, it's already in there because I didn't cut it off. I'm going to start to sew the top of my sheep. And go all the way around. I'm going to show you. Okay. It's very fun to sew. It's kind of relaxing. Don't you think so, Miss Kate?
I do think so.
Yes. We've been doing these animals with our summer camp, and our friends that join us are being very good sewers. Okay, all the way around. Head fluff.
In fact, Miss Hazel, while you're sewing, Marcus Ray just showed us this morning his beautiful cow that he made.
Yeah, he did a really
all
good
by
job.
himself.
All right, now I've come around, and I'm going to make a couple stitches. Oh, you'll see, I don't know that I lined it up properly, but it's all good. Okay, making a couple of stitches with my brown so that it doesn't come apart. And then I'm going to make a trim. There we go. Oh, Miss Kate, I didn't really line it up.
That's
I
okay.
should have flipped it over and made sure, but he's still darn cute.
He is very
Okay.
cute.
All right, now you're going to use your black thread. You're going to sew along the edge to the middle of the legs, sew down to the middle of the leg, and then in the middle you're going to That'll be sewed up. You're gonna stuff your fluff, and make sure you get your fluff all the way up into the head, okay? And then you stuff it in, and then make a few stitches on the bottom, and you'll be done. And you'll have another farmyard friend to join your other farmyard friends. And that's how you make a sheep, Miss Kate.
That is how you make a sheep.
All right, well, thank you for joining us. And if you like this video, you really, really should subscribe to us on YouTube, because we have fun stuff that you can watch. And you could follow us on Alameda Arts Fun on Instagram.
Yes, or you can also just go to our website, alamedaarts.com.
Oh my gosh, we told you to do so many things. Well, if you do one of those, that will be awful fancy. And please make sure and come and see us again. Bye, friends.
Bye. See you next time.